You know, every coach will always talk to you about the fact that when a youngster plays sports, one of the long-term benefits are the so-called intangible life lessons. The problem is that when they talk about these life lessons, they rarely go into detail as to what they really are. So I thought I'd take a moment right now to talk about what these life lessons really are and how essentially important they are for any youngster. And they work particularly when it comes to a kid playing on a team or team sports. Number one, when your youngster plays a sport, they learn how to master physical skills and, more importantly, to gain confidence in their own abilities. Sometimes parents overlook that, but as a youngster learns a sport when they're 4, 5, 6 years old, and they learn how to dribble a basketball or how to hit a baseball or how to skate on the ice, whatever it may be, those are all part of the whole essential process of developing a sense of real confidence in their abilities. And that level begins to translate to the rest of the team as well. So that's number one. Number two is when you work on a team, you learn about team play and looking to work towards a master goal, a common goal. We're here to win. We're here to build a sense of team play. Again, there are very few things in life, particularly at young ages, where you get that kind of experience. So playing on a soccer team or a basketball team or a volleyball team, whatever sport it may be, you're working towards a common goal. Again, that's an intangible life lesson that eventually will translate into the world of business once their sports career is over. Number three, dealing and coping with adversity. Sometimes people talk about the gift of adversity. Well, yeah, adversity is a critically important part of any athlete. I've never encountered any professional athlete, no matter where they came from or how talented they are, in which they didn't have to overcome some sort of adversity in their life that basically challenged them to whether or not they wanted to keep pursuing their love of their sport. So yeah, adversity and coping with it and learning with it, that's critically important when it comes to learning intangible life lessons from playing sports. Never forget that. Of course, along the way, when you get involved in playing sports, you're going to deal with competition. And again, this is something that is so ingrained to sports that sometimes parents overlook this. But your youngsters have to learn how to basically deal with, confront, and learn about competition. Usually this takes place early on when a youngster goes out and tastes the excitement of winning and also the bittersweet feeling of losing. And you have to sit down with your youngster and explain to them that, look, the way it works in sports and in life, sometimes you win and sometimes you lose, but the fact is you have to basically comport yourself in such a way that you handle both winning graciously and losing just as well. That's the essence, of course, of sportsmanship. Again, that's an important, essential life lesson that we unfortunately sometimes take for granted. Don't put it on the coach to teach sportsmanship. Mom and dad, you teach your kid how to handle winning and losing. The other thing about playing for a coach, by the way, is that's one of the first things in life, like working with a teacher, that your youngster is now going to be working in an environment where they're responding to somebody who is not mom or dad, but an authority figure outside the home. And again, that's critically important because you want to make sure your youngster is able to make that leap to understand how to take instruction, how to learn, how to become more established in their ways when working with somebody as an authority figure like an outside coach. Again, that's very important, especially in this day and age where so many moms and dads like to coach their own kids in sports. At some point, your youngster has to learn how to work and play and get the approval of an authority figure who's not their mom or dad. You also want to, of course, let the kid explore their dreams in life, their goals, which may involve sports, whether it's as an athlete later on or as a coach or a sportscaster, whatever it might be. But sports gives them that venue, that window to look about the possibilities that they may want to embrace later on in life. Again, to me, that's an intangible life lesson that sports affords to our kids today, and something you really shouldn't overlook. And finally, perhaps the most important lesson of all when it comes to playing sports as a kid, you want the kids to learn how to enjoy playing sports, competition, and basically staying physically fit, not just in their school years, but to stay physically fit for the rest of their life. Obviously, We want them to learn that I love playing sports, I love exercise, I love competition. This is something I want to do and stay in shape so physically they're good to go for the rest of their years. And that, of course, is perhaps the most important takeaway of all.